Now this one's obviously still a thing, but I remember for a while you were trying to move outside of this one band, and that's I'm just gonna read what my note says.
Okay.
Rammstein and other German metal guys.
So I couldn't shut the hell up in this video. I just went on and on and on about me sucking off German bands ad nauseum. So that's not cool to hear, guy. So I'm just gonna kind of like interject every now and then, and I'm gonna start by saying this, guy. I wasn't just sucking off German guys. So if you don't know, and believe me, you don't, this is Rummelschnuff and Asbach, a name that on its own suggests a lot of fucking ass sex. But I'm pretty sure there was German guys getting sucked off during this fucking video. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, come on, look at our boys here. I was doing more like, you know, I was a corny boy. There's no other way to say it. I didn't really have any like solid musical tastes. You know, I grew up in a house that wasn't really musical, except for that my brother got into country music. My older brother got into country music. So I was like, I guess that's a thing I like, right? And it was corny, guy. I was wearing hats and boots scooting, but we'll talk about that later. The point is, I couldn't recommend you something good to save your life at one point. But then one day, guy, I was hanging out with this dude, and you know, he was like one of those cooler older dudes in school or whatever, quote unquote cooler. He was really corny and sucks, and I think he died of a drug overdose. So super cool, right? Anyway, this mof had a big ass stack of CDs, man. You know. And you know those metal guys that don't take care of any of their fucking CDs? It was that type of guy, you know? And I was looking through his thing, because he's like, oh, pick something, right? And I didn't know any of these fucking bands. I'm going through Sabbath and Maiden going like, what is that guy? I heard of him, but I was like, what is that guy? Was that a dead guy right there? I don't want to hear him sing. Anyway, I turned the page and you know, of the little binder there, and there was a white CD that was in German. And I was like, what's this? And he's like, nah, it's not very good. And this was Rammstein before they got popular in the US. You know, it was Herzlite, their first album. And the fact that he said, that's not so good, I was like, we got to hear this one, guy. I don't know what kind of logic that is, but that's the logic I applied. And he put it in, guy. My stinky little fucking nubile brain was raped in the best way possible. I was like, I love this. And he gave me that CD. And so for a while, all I had was this scratched up, crappy, possibly caca-ridden CD that this guy had tumbling around his fucking car as proof that there was this cool-ass thing. And then one day, Rammstein blew up in the US and nobody would shut the fuck up about Du Hast. We get it. Every Rammstein fan that you encounter, don't tell them, oh, are they the guys that sing Du Hast? Yes, they're the guys that sing Du Hast. Stop. It's not cool, guy. Anyway, they blew up in the US and all of a sudden stuff became accessible, and thus began my journey.
So what the side effect to that was that instead of like a lot of kids that were into metal at the time or heavier music, I didn't get into the stuff that generally they get into first, you know, Sabbath and Maiden and all that stuff. I got into that. Or Gornak.
I just want to throw an extra shout out to my boys in Tanzvoot. Don't know what the hell they're up to now, but I sure as hell knew what they were up to then. So yeah, man, I guess you could say that it made me feel special that I was hearing this band that hardly anybody was listening to. But above that, I was fucking vibing with that shit, guy. I don't know what the fuck, man. Maybe I'm a secret German or some shit. So that's not true at all. Anyway, I don't know what it was, but I was really vibing, right? There was a period of time, and I suppose this is where the corny part comes in, where that's all I would be bumping, guy. That's it. Maybe every now and then you'd hear me humming a fucking movie theme, but I'd somehow turn it into a fucking industrial metal masterpiece at the end. I don't know how the fuck you hum industrial machines, but you do, guy. Anyway, yeah, so I was like hardcore into that thing, guy. I wouldn't be surprised if you caught me like jerking off in a corner to an industrial beat just because I thought it was cool or some shit. Corny, guy.
And I was importing CDs, and I actually really loved those bands.
Gornak.
You know, Gornak. Gornak was one of them.
Gornak is totally real. Gornak, you got a feel. These lyrics are cool. Gornak, come suck my cock. Gornak.
And now my taste, I still love all that stuff, obviously, but my taste has softened a lot. Like, I'm a lot more into very different sounding music. Let's just say that, you know.
About 7 ratchet hoes, sorry you can't see me. Call them happy, sleepy, grumpy, dopey, bashful, dark, and sneezy.
So I love Rammstein, not just as a band, but because it opened my mind up to all these different possibilities and you know, styles. So maybe it was cringy from the outside, but for me, indispensable.
I knew that one was gonna be still a thing, so I ended with one of the most ludicrous proclamations that you made back in the day.
God.